and welcome to this reading. This is the reading for Gemini for the month of February. They will be general messages, so they may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Just take what does and please feel free to leave the rest. And you know the drill with regards to liking, commenting and subscribing. So let's get straight on to see what messages wish to come through for Gemini for the month of February. So we're going to be asking 3 questions, and the first one will be, how are you feeling at this time at the beginning of February? And then our second card will be, what will you need to overcome through the month? And then our third card will be, what is the potential outcome by the end of the month? So let's get started and see straight away what the first message is that wishes to come through for Gemini for the month of February. And the question we're asking is, how are the Geminis feeling at this time, at this beginning of February? What are they feeling? How are they coping? What is it that's weighing on them? Or okay, so we had embracing. So now let's see what the message is for what you may need to overcome through the month. What is it that you may need to overcome or understand or pay attention to? What is the message? Okay, we have balance. And then let's see what is the potential outcome by the end of the month. What is the potential outcome? All right, that one wanted to jump out. So we've got inscribe, envision, write and recite. All right, so with this first card of embracing, this is saying that at the start of February, you are being asked to embrace the things that are going on around you. There may be some changes that are happening. This is asking you to look into what is going on around you and embrace them. This is also saying that you are learning to embrace all parts of yourself. You are learning to understand what makes you you. You are embracing those dark parts of yourself and understanding where they come from, and knowing that you also are transmuting and understanding those dark parts. This is what is called shadow work. It's understanding those parts of us that we like to keep hidden, that we don't want to acknowledge, which we see as faults or as traits that we don't like in others. When we realise that the traits in others that we don't like are just a reflection of what we don't wish to accept about ourselves, when we acknowledge that, we can learn to embrace those parts of us, because it helps us to understand who we are and why we have those certain traits. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you're a negative person or anything like that. It's just learning to embrace the parts of yourself or ourselves that we don't wish others to see and we don't wish to acknowledge. But that is part of growth. That is part of your spiritual journey. It's the transformation of you. So embrace those parts, all of the parts of you. Let the light shine on the parts that you have had difficulty acknowledging in the past. And I believe that at the beginning of February you are going to be learning to do this, because you have no choice. It's going to be thrust upon you, if you like, to learn to embrace what is going on around you, embrace all the parts of yourself, embrace changes that may be happening within society. It's embracing them. It's learning to live with them. And with the balance card, that is what you might need to overcome this month, is to balance all parts of yourself. So it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So again, that's reflecting back into those shadow parts of yourself. It's learning to accept those into your understanding and don't have any judgment with regards to them. It's understanding that you need to balance the good and the bad, and that those words are our 3D words, if you like. It helps us to distinguish between certain things, but you need to have balance. You can't have one without the other, but it's learning to understand that you need both to have balance, you need both to have harmony. Balance is about bringing stability into your life. It's about looking at something and seeing that you may resonate with one thing more than the other, but it's trying not to have an opinion on it, just understand that it is. So when you look at everything with a balanced viewpoint, you are able to look at any situation or any opinion or any even with a person, you can look at it and be objective, have an objective perspective. Don't be judgmental about the situation or the person. Try to understand the part that you don't relate to. That is in itself a lesson. That is what you need to learn to overcome, is learning to look at a situation and not put any judgment onto it. It's about seeing both sides of the coin, if you like, and not being so rigid in only seeing one point of view or one side of a situation. When you look at things from a balanced point of view, it helps to build your insight and your compassion, because you are able to balance everything. You're not being so, what's the word I'm looking for? So opinionated and thinking that your point of view or your way of looking at something is the only way. We need to now be open to seeing and hearing both points of view and discerning what that means for us and what it means for others, and just seeing it from a higher perspective. So when we look now at what the potential outcome is by the end of the month, we've got that envision, write and recite. So this is about you being the author of your destiny. You being the author of what you want your month to be like, if you like. You can focus on what it is that you wish to manifest. You can bring this into being by your thoughts and by your words. Our thoughts and our words are very powerful, and that's why it's very important that we do pay attention as to what we say and what we write, because there is so much power and energy behind it, and that's what we bring into focus. So by the end of this month, I'm going to say that you will be more aware of what you think, what you speak, what you write, and you will be more discerning in different situations, in the people around you. You will discern who is resonating with you and who isn't. You may find that there are some new people that come into your life that you resonate with a lot more, and you may see a departure of some people who leave your friendship circle because they are not you are not resonating with them anymore. You are writing your outcome. This is also saying to you about being flexible, adapt and follow your own intuition. This is asking you to listen to your internal knowing, your internal rhythm, if you like. You may feel like you are entering a new chapter of your life, and so this is saying to you to remain positive throughout these times and be aware of your thoughts, feelings and words. And again, it's about balancing the situation and about embracing the changes that are going on around you and within you. So this is also saying that you do have the free will to choose your own direction, but listen to your internal knowing, listen to the intuitive nudges that you may be receiving from source, from the divine, from your soul. This is a reminder that by the end of the month, you may actually know a little bit more about yourself and how you handle certain situations and what may trigger you and what you can overcome. So be very mindful of how you think, what you speak, what you're writing, because that will have the influence over the outcome that you will have. Okay, so that is the message that came through for Gemini for February. I hope that you got something out of that, and until next time, thank you for listening.